Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Maharakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned to shoot from, and all you faithful locking throughout the four winds. Continue pushing. And I'm going to get right into it. It's going to be another video dealing with the mark of the beast, or the microchip. And I'm going to go into some root words dealing with charagma, charax, grapho, which really the three main ones I want to touch upon: charagma, charax, and grapho, and also kai stigma. I believe that's how you say it, but we'll go into it. And so let's begin. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And the image of the beast is going into NATO and the EU. I'm not going to go into the history, full history background of it, but it's dealing with the NATO and the European Union. And you got to understand, this devil came back into power during the time of the Renaissance period, or the rebirth, which will happen around 1350 AD, 1400s, when this devil started coming back into power, and technology and all that increased. And here we are in these times, and this devil right here is trying to microchip the whole world. And that's what Esau Edom, or the so-called white man, which is that beast, or the NATO and the EU, is trying to do to the whole world. Okay, this new world order, that image represents his system, or that new world order. That image, okay, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image, because for 1,000 years this devil was dormant. He was stagnant. He didn't have no movement. It wasn't nothing going on with Esau Edom during the time of the Dark Ages, when the Moors ruled Europe for 1,000 years. Dark-skinned men, women, and children, or Israelites, ruled for 1,000 years during the Dark Ages. Okay. This devil was in the Caucasus Mountains for 1,000 years. Georgia, Russia, and that's a fact. Even Esau Edom tells you. That's why they, on the job application, they put Caucasian, which means cave dweller. So this devil came back into power, and here we are in these last days, prophesying about Esau Edom and what he's planning on doing with this new world order. And he's going to try with a microchip. But we're going to go into the root words of the word mark. But let's keep on reading here. And that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Verse 16, and he causeth all. So this devil, Esau Edom, is going to make all, both small and great. So no matter if you're young or old in a society, rich and poor, so no matter if you have money or you're poor in the society, free and bond, no matter if you're out here in society or behind bars, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So let's go into the word mark. G5480. G5480. Charagma.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
A stamp, an imprinted mark. Thing carved, sculpture, graven work. Now they have to use some type of physical, right? When you carve into something, you're gonna have to use something physical in order to carve into something. Just like when you sculpture even an idol, you're working on it, right? You're carving in it. You're trying to get the right form, trying to get that idol to have the right form and the right appearance on it. And that's what people do when you're carving something. Okay, so a thing carved. Okay, carved. So when you carve into something, you're digging into something. A stamp, a scratch or etching, statue, graven mark. As a badge of servitude, also of a badge of servitude. So this devil is going to put that mic, before we go into this, let's not jump around too much. G5482, the root word for charagma is charax. G5482, charax. G5482, charax.
Charax.
From charasso, root word etymology, from charasso, to sharpen, to a point. So they're gonna use like a syringe needle type instrument, a sharp instrument, to punch that microchip or the RFID microchip into your body. And micro means small. So that microchip, okay, that chip is going to be in your body, and they're gonna use that to punch that physical mark into your body through the idea of scratching, right? Now you go into that root word of, oh, matter of fact, a pale or stake, a palisade. And once again, I always mention this, a palisade, look it up, a palisade. Matter of fact, let's go into it. Let's go into a pale or stake. Go into images. Okay, this is what a pale or a stake is. Something that looks like this. That's what they use to puncture into the ground. For example, here's a good image right here. Wooden stake fence on perimeter of new garden before planting. So what's that? That's into the ground. So they're gonna puncture that physical microchip into your body, into your flesh. So it's a physical mark. It's not hard to see that. As you can see, that's a sharp stake, right? That's a sharp stake. So they puncture it into the ground and it stays there. Let me see something. Chip. Let's type in microchip needle. Here we go. See this right here? This right here is like a somewhat of the instruments they use to puncture. Where's it at? Well, you can see it on the screen right here. You can see, let's see if this, yep. See that microchip? Syringe, microchip syringe, electronic ear tags. Well, they're gonna use an instrument like this to puncture that into your forehead or into your hands. And when it goes into foreheads, it could be dealing with what? Elon Musk Neuralink. And Elon Musk is not the only one that's coming up with a Neuralink. The company is named Neuralink. But it's going to be a wired, stringy device wired into your brain. It's going to connect you to the beast system or the New World Order. It's going to connect you into the computer system. A microchip syringe. You see that? So look, all these needles that you got, they look different. Let's see. Microchip. Here we go. So that's going to go into your body. That's like a grain of rice. Micro means small. And it's going to go into your body. What's the word bio? Bio means body. Goes into the body. Just like you got a collection of books, a biography, or a collection or a body of work. A body of books. Biblios. I say biblios, which means a body of books or a collection of books. So you're going to be cattle. See how it says dog microchip? No, you're going to be cattle. That's the only way you're going to be able to orchestrate business in a society. So now the root word for charax is G1125 grapho.
Strong's G1125. Grapho. Grapho.
To commit to writing things not to be forgotten, write down or record. So all your information is going to be in that microchip, but it's going to be stored in your body. It's going to be stored in your body. And that's what the mark of the beast is, the microchip. The RFID microchip, or the mark of this beast system, Esau, Edom. It's not talking about Satan as a beast. That's not biblical. It's nowhere, it doesn't even come near that. But it's going with Esau, Edom, and the rulers of this society. Esau, Edom, or the elites of this society. They want to control everybody by ways of technology. So to commit to writing things not to be forgotten. So everything's going to be stored up or recorded in your body. Especially to write. Figuratively to describe writing. To fill with writing. So how much information does a computer carry? So if the computer carries a lot of information, your body is going to carry a lot of that information. It's going to be a small microchip with all your information in that microchip. What you bought, what you sold, and guess what? That goes to the elites. The elites are going to record all that through what their system of what this particular person bought or sold. They're trying to control you. That's why they got something called the Georgia Guidestones, where they're trying to diminish the population on Earth to 500 million people. And they tell you that. They tell you that. They're telling you what their New World Order plans are. So grapho, writing. So verse 16, once again, Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all. So he's going to make all. Who's that he? Esau, Edom, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. And that mark could never be John 3:16. If it was John 3:16 and everybody got that mark. And what's the penalty for getting that mark? What's the consequences of getting that mark? Let's go into it. Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. And this is how you know you other Israelite camps out there do not study or read. Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. And the third angel, and I mean when you read it with understanding. That's what I mean by that. Because you can read, but if you don't have no understanding, then what good is it? Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast, meaning to bow down to his worship the beast or bow down to Esau, Edom. If any man worship the beast in his system, meaning to receive that mark or take that mark, and it's going to tell you here, I'm ahead of myself again, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb Yahawashi Amashiach. And that's speaking about the ICBM nuclear destruction. So if you receive the mark, there's going to be consequences that you're going to have to pay. And what? And if you receive that physical mark, the Most High is going to torment you or destroy you with ICBM nuclear missiles. So if you receive that mark, you're going to be put to death, meaning you bow down to Esau Edom's image, his beast system, his vibration, his name. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. So that means sleeping with white women cannot be the mark. John 3:16 cannot be the mark. Or following idols cannot be the mark, because we already been doing that for ages. And Revelation was written way after all the other Old Testament books. And John the Revelator received this in the island of Patmos. So all that information, those visions were given to John the Revelator. He broke it down, or the vision the best way he knew how. So now we're breaking it down and what this means, what this mark is. John the Revelator didn't know that back then, but now he knows that. Now we know that. Who this beast is, what the image is, what the name of the beast is, his vibration. Matter of fact, I didn't even get to that yet, but. So you got charagma, charax, and what was that other word? Grapho. So you got Edomites that tell you that the mark of the beast is the microchip. And you got other Israelites out there that don't even know it. They ain't talking about they prophets. Esau Edom is in a better position of you breaking down scriptures, dealing with the microchip than a lot of you other Israelites are. And that's bad. And this devil ain't even Israelite, and he'll break down a microchip better than a lot of these Israelite camps out there can. But he's not going to really go into all this information like charagma, grapho, charax, charagma, But we do. Revelation 13 and 17. So the Neuralink, Elon Musk Neuralink, like I mentioned, is going to be what? Like your brain wired, neural, dealing with the nervous system. So your nervous system is going to be wired through what? Artificial intelligence, transhumanism, all that stuff is going to be connected. That's what this devil is trying. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell except he that had the mark. And that word save is except he that had that mark, that charagma, that physical mark, or the name of the beast. So that right there excludes religion. It excludes John 3:16. It excludes sleeping with white women. So that right there doesn't line up with the scriptures. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now the name could go into the vibration of the beast, his vibration, how things are going to, because when you carry a name on you, it carries a vibration, a nomen omen, right? A name prediction. Okay, you're gonna have that vibration of this devil on you, because just like the Lord put it. What's that scripture? Oh man. Nowhere shall my name be found but in Israel. Nowhere shall my name be found but in Israel. Esdras. I believe it's second Esdras. I might be mistaken. Yeah, third chapter. Yeah, for sure. Second Esdras 3, and let's go to second Esdras right quick. Let's start at therefore the wickedness and the balance. Damn, hold on. Maybe that's not the one I want to get. Shall find that Israel by name have kept not the heathen. Oh, yeah, my bad. Second Ezra chapter 3 and verse 34. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there's also, meaning the heathens, that dwell the world. And so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel. So the Most High put his vibration on us. And what's that vibration? The laws, the statute, and commandments. Our characteristics of being owned by the Heavenly Father as his woman, as his damsel or woman. So the Most High put a vibration on us, okay? He put that name in us, and we belong to the Heavenly Father. So that vibration of that name is on his people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, once again. So, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel. And that's it, just wanted to grab that. So it's going to be a vibration, and that name has a vibration. So Esau, Edom is going to put his name or vibration in 2/3 of our people in the rest of this world that are owned by him. You see that? Or the number of his name. So here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And that goes into that Greek word UPC, Universal Product Code, right? It's dealing with the Universal Product Codes, or the
Strong's
barcodes.
5560.
Chi Chi Stigma.
Chi
Chi Stigma.
Stigma.
Okay, 666, the meaning of which is the base of, no, we know what it means. Okay, he's dealing with his the barcode or what you could purchase or what you could buy, or that vibration is going to be on you. The number of that vibration, or that number is going to be what? Party, that vibration or that B system. Chi Stigma, or the barcode, right? Stigma. Let's go into that word stigma. A mark of disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, quality, or person The stigma of having gone to prison will always be with me. So you're going to have that stigma on you. It's a disgrace to bow down to this beast system. It's a disgrace to follow Esau Edom's philosophies, or well, you know, or bowing down to this devil, even though his philosophies are not the mark of the beast. But it's a disgrace. You got a stigma of having a stigma on you, this shame or disgrace, dishonor, stain, taunt, blot. So it's a disgrace to follow this devil's new world order. It's gonna be a disgrace. It's gonna be a reason for the most. There's going to be a reason for the Most High to kill your ass. That's basically what I'm trying to get to. So you're gonna have the stigma of this devil on you. Okay, and well, let me see something. A mark or spot on the skin. A mark, a spot on the skin. A mark made by a pointed instrument. A dot, stick. Donating a mark made by pricking or branding. Stigma, a mark made by a pointed instrument related to stick. Stigma. So exactly, you're going to have that physical mark in your body, and it's going to be a disgrace. So the Most High has got to kill you. So there's a penalty for receiving the physical mark or the microchip. Stigma, Greek stigma, a mark made by a pointed instrument, a dot. Via Latin from Greek stigma, a mark made by a pointed instrument, pricking or branding. So there you go. So the 666 dealing with that barcode, universal barcode. It's like numbers that deal with the barcode, what you bought or what you say. It tracks the product that was purchased. That's what pretty much what it is. It tracks the product that was purchased or bought. So it's going to be tied into a computer system. So your body is going to be literally hacked. That's why they got a company called Biohack. Why is that? Because they're going to try to hack your body. Bio means bodies. They're going to hack your body with this microchip. That's all it means. So we went into charagma. We went into, of course, other brothers bring out more information within that. But that's good enough as long as you prove the point. But charagma, charax, and grapho, and chai kai stigma, and stigma. So, shalom.